I had to let it go, man. Shit was getting on my nerves.
Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans, and this is episode 1 of Everything Pro Wrestling Connects. And I have a lot of special guests today. We're going to talk about so many fun topics. You guys are really going to enjoy this. This is a laid-back, friendly discussion, and if you guys are in the chat, make sure that you join the discussions. Click the subscribe button, like the video, and make sure you check out the content of everyone who's involved right now. We are still waiting on Kevin Carroll, who just popped in. My man, Kevin, thank you for joining us. And we are just doing the introductions right now, and we are live, my friend. First person I'm going to introduce is someone you may be familiar with. He's all over YouTube and a fellow podcaster. It is Omega Luke. Omega Luke, what's going on, brother?
Hey, guys. Thank you very much for having me, mate. I'm absolutely overjoyed with being invited on to your show today. So thank you very much for having me.
And we're happy to have you, my good friend. Next, we have my good friend Malik Kelly. Me and Malik have done skits together. Malik is an awesome YouTuber. He does trivia. I was disappointed in his Nickelodeon trivia the other day. He said, who knew these shows? And I knew 2 of the answers that out of the 3 got wrong. And I was very upset. He didn't know Hey Dude. So, Malik, what's going on, man?
What kind of name for a TV show is that? Come on, let's be real, though. But
it didn't last
I'm doing
long.
good, though, man. I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
Good to have you. Next up, we're going to go straight down the line here. We have one of the best wrestling bloggers on the internet, in my opinion. It's Mr. Kevin Carroll. Kevin, how are you, sir?
Oh, man, that's amazing. I'm so happy to be here. You guys ready to talk some wrestling?
All right. And last but not least, the man who joined a few minutes ago, just like I did his show the other day, it is Fowl Original. Fowl, what is happening, my good friend?
Thank you very much, Conrad, for inviting me to this first ever EPW Connect. Yeah, I'm Fowl Original. You can find me on Twitter at Fowl_original, also on YouTube, youtube.com/FowlOriginalWrestling. And I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of this great new discussion format.
All right, guys. Well, I don't want to waste too much time, and we're going to get into some discussions. And the first thing that I want to talk about here today is John Cena. We have heard so many different things about John Cena in the pro wrestling world, and the main question is, who is John Cena's WrestleMania opponent going to be? We've heard rumors of Lars Sullivan. Could it be The Undertaker again? And we'll get into The Undertaker later on. But what do you guys think? Who is the best opponent for John Cena if you're booking WrestleMania at this point? And I think we go straight down the line. Let's start with Luke and then go down the line.
Personally, if I had to get one right now, it would be Daniel Bryan, because I think that makes the most sense. Storyline-wise, obviously, they're brothers-in-law, and it would mean that John Cena would have a title shot, possibly, unless Daniel Bryan loses it. But I can't really see him losing it in the run-in to WrestleMania. I think he's quite white hot right now. So personally, I think John Cena versus Daniel Bryan would make good sense. They could still have like a quick build to WrestleMania, which would be very interesting to me. And I think really that's really what the fans would want to see if they had to pick a John Cena match. Like you said, Undertaker is another option. Personally, I wouldn't want to see that. I think I'll mention my sort of Undertaker picks later on that I would like to see him go up against. But if it isn't Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to see John Cena at WrestleMania unless it was in a multi-man match, really.
All right, Malik, who do you got for John Cena?
Daniel Bryan one was actually a good idea, but I would like to see him fight Drew McIntyre. That's who I want to see. The Daniel Bryan idea, I would be totally down for it if they did it, but I would like to see him fight somebody young, put somebody over at WrestleMania, kind of give them momentum leading in towards the year, because I kind of thought, before Seth Rollins won, I kind of was hoping Drew McIntyre would win because I wanted to see him fight Lesnar, but with Seth Rollins going into the title picture, I don't really know what they're going to do with him. I mean, you got to have him do something at WrestleMania. You can't just have him. I would be very disappointed if they had him in the Battle Royal. So I think him and John Cena could tell a great story, put him over. I don't know. You know, I don't know if John Cena's going to stick around for a little bit after WrestleMania anyway. So if he's going to go away for a while, why not just put somebody young over? Gives Drew McIntyre good momentum. Then obviously, you know, if Seth beats Brock, you can maybe go somewhere with that. Maybe Drew jumps into the title picture with Seth, have a feud there, or Drew can, you know, do maybe kind of go on a dominant path for a while, then go into the title picture. But the Daniel Bryan idea is good. I like the Daniel Bryan idea. They had a great match at SummerSlam a couple years ago in 2013. So obviously they got a good story to tell with the whole Bellas and everything. They got, you know, a great story to tell. But I would like to see him fight Drew McIntyre, though. That's what I want to see.
All right. Mr. Kevin Carroll, who do you got? Kevin?
Is he frozen?
He might be frozen. Kevin was having audio issues. Let's go down to Fowl then.
Okay, so Cena Mania. I think I'd like to see, and it might not work, but Cena versus Taker, because Taker hasn't, the match he had against Cena at WrestleMania wasn't the match we wanted to see. I know that might be a bit hard with everything happening with AEW and stuff, but I mean, I think I really do agree with the Daniel Bryan, the whole like brother-in-law angle, Bella's angle. I love that. That feels like earned and real. It might be the only time that Cena can go in as a face, because with the new Daniel Bryan, that could be a really fun little adventure. Only other person I'd like to see him go up against, if he was ready for it, and it might be quite nice as a rub, Mustafa Ali. Like, I've got a lot of stock in him, and I'd love to see him have that match at Mania. Yeah.
Good shout.